Dimana, if you could have dinner with any three people in the world, dead or alive, and these three people are having dinner with you at the same time,
Right.
which three people are you picking?
I've seen this question being asked before, and I've always hoped it wasn't going to get to me because I don't know how to answer. But right, the first person that popped into my mind was the late Queen of England.
Mm-hmm.
I find her a
That's
very
interesting.
interesting person. I have watched The Crown, the TV show on Netflix, and to me, it's a very different life and not necessarily an easy life because she had to
Mm.
step into this role from a very early age and to survive through so many decades and eras and so many changes in the world, so many changes of prime ministers. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be a different type of woman to be able to do this, and she pulled it off with a lot of grace and a lot of class. So I
Mm.
would love to have dinner with her and talk about her reign.
Yeah, there's a lot you can learn from her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second person, Adam Sandler. I really
Ooh,
admire him as a person.
that's a good one. One of my favorite actors.
He's first of all he's
Yeah.
hilarious on the screen, but off the screen is
Mm.
where you can really fall in love with him because he's so nonchalant about everything.
You've
Like
met
he
him.
does not care. I haven't met him
Okay.
unfortunately. I would like to meet him. But as of yet, no, I
Okay.
haven't. But he's a very chill, very, down to earth
Yeah.
person. You can see that he doesn't care about any of that, any of
Yeah.
the fame. He does it because he enjoys it, and
Have you
the whole
seen those
family.
shows where, not shows, like the events where he just goes in with like a hoodie and shorts,
Exactly.
and everyone else is wearing like suits and fancy
Exactly.
dresses? Yeah,
See,
amazing.
like, how can you not love him?
Yeah.
So that's the second person. Now, a third person, dead or alive, Pablo Escobar.
That's a good one. You're gonna learn how to make money in many illegal ways.
No, not for that sake only, but mainly because of his whole life story.
Mm,
Like it's again, I like people who have different stories
yeah.
in many ways, not necessarily in a, oh, I was the Queen of England,
Mm,
or, oh, I'm a great Hollywood actor, but
yeah.
Pablo Escobar went through it all, and he always tackled life's challenges. Even if when he had to go to prison, he
Of
negotiated and
course.
built his own prison, which was not a
Yeah.
prison whatsoever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's, I think there is a lot to learn from him as
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
except for the financial part.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, even there's so much you can learn. Like,
True.
people he invested his money in ways which could help us as well. But yeah.
I think these three, it will be an interesting combination for sure.
Yeah.
There is no way we're going to have one boring conversation in the room,
Oh, no way. Adam
but
Sandler's
yeah,
gonna be there cracking jokes.
for sure.
Okay, Dimana, I have the top 10 countries with the most millionaires.
Okay.
So I want you to guess which countries are in the top 10.
United States of America.
United States is number one with
Yeah.
24.5 million.
I didn't know the exact number, but I know
Yeah.
that they're for sure up there. Then you have United Kingdom.
United Kingdom is number 4.
Okay. United Arab Emirates.
UAE is not there.
China.
China is there.
Must
China's
be
number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, there's so many European countries that I want. France.
France is number 5.
Italy.
Italy is number 9.
Okay. Brazil.
Brazil is not there.
No.
No.
Germany.
Germany's number 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Canada.
Canada is number 7.
Russia.
Russia is not on here.
Okay, so I have 3 left. Give me a hint.
Okay.
Give me
A
the
hint.
first letter.
A.
And it starts with an A.
Yeah. 9 letters.
Christ.
It's
country
a
that is
massive
far.
country.
Where is it located?
I feel like our videographer knows. Does our videographer want to guess this?
Australia.
Yeah. Okay, so Australia was number 8.
Help me.
Recently, Donald Trump went there.
South Korea?
South Korea.
South Korea.
South Korea is number 10. If you could have a MAK project in anywhere in the world, where would you start it? Not just Dubai or UAE, anywhere in the world.
New York.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like that answer.
I can see one of our designs in one of our buildings standing proudly in Manhattan on the Upper East Side.
Especially with New York, a lot of the buildings are very similar designs. Like I've been to New York and they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So I would like to see some creativity in there.
Exactly. When I went there, it was very confusing. You need to carefully be looking at the numbers
Yeah.
and not instead of the buildings. Whereas here, That's the beauty of Dubai, that you really get
Yeah.
a lot of creativity when it comes to the architecture and the design, which is great because that's how you get all the masterpieces.
If you could have any feature in a building of Mac or a project in general, it doesn't have to be a building, what feature or amenity would you add? Like something that's never been done before.
I would say reformer Pilates, which is something that we're about to do. This is
Mm.
something that hasn't been seen. With MAK Isolabella, we already did a private island.
Mm-hmm.
An interior feature that I haven't seen a lot of projects do, very rarely, and it's typically not in the projects that are more on the affordable side, but it's like the extreme, very high end luxury,
Mm.
or like the dual showers, the his and her sink.
Mm.
I think that adds a lot of personal touch and attention to detail when it comes to the interiors of the projects.
Mm.
And if this can be introduced to more of the affordable side of the projects, I think that would
Yeah.
be great.
Personally, if anyone wants to take this idea, any developer, I would recommend you guys do this.
Copyrights.
No. You gotta have a go-kart arena inside
Oh my
your
God.
building. That would be so fun. Imagine just
A
like
go-kart marina.
a go-kart arena, like you go play basketball court in like your normal neighborhood. Instead, you're going with your friends go-karting anytime you want. That's awesome.
I don't think this. I tell you what, this would go very well for a project that is in Motor City.
If they could do that, that would
Good
be
idea.
great.
I think you should.
Pitch that to someone.
Yeah, and secure the copyright.
Secure the copyright. Yeah.
You see it coming up in a project tomorrow.
Yeah, like guys, you can't just take my idea. Like at least give me something. Give me a free go kart at least.
Just let me go golf karting.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think bowling can be a great amenity to have in your building.
I'm really surprised no one's done that. Surely
No?
someone has.
No, I have seen it in London. You have hotels that are part hotel, part residential that have bowling areas.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in Dubai, I'm yet to see it. And I
It's
think this
very
is a
surprising.
very underrated idea and a very fun idea that people would love to have in their building.
One other thing I've seen internationally is pools inside apartments, like penthouses,
Yeah.
which I haven't seen much here as well. Like they have it on, it's a trend nowadays where they have it on the balconies, but I haven't seen it like actually inside the apartment.
I've seen it on a few secondary units.
Mm.
But with that one, it'll be a bit trickier with the NOCs and getting the permits from the government. I think that's the reason why.
Yeah.
But I've seen it on a few secondary units and it looks sick.
Yeah. Do you think forgiveness is for the person that is forgiving or the person that is being forgiven?
I think it's for the person who is going to give the forgiveness. That is more for your own peace and for your own clarity, I believe.
Would you say that nowadays, the people you meet, would you say that they're happy? Like genuinely?
I think everyone has their own definition of happiness.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we don't have long-term happiness.
Mhm.
Nowadays, the way that we function as humans is that short dose of dopamine that you get from the little things.
Yeah.
And in a way, yeah, we are happy in these small little moments, but when
Yeah.
it comes to containing the happiness and being grateful,
Yeah.
it's a bit more difficult nowadays than it was back in the day. So I would say that definitely that like 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 500 years ago,
Yeah.
they were much happier than we are now.
What do you think that is? Like, do you think
Social media. You compare
social media?
yourself.
Yeah.
It's a constant comparison between people. There's always going to be someone doing better, having a seemingly better life, a bigger family, someone who's at a
Yeah.
different stage in life that you wish to be in.
Mm.
And once you get to that stage of life yourself, then you're seeing a different person who's achieved more in terms of something else that you are
Yeah.
currently chasing. So it's a constant chase. And, unfortunately, I'm guilty of that as well.
Mhm.
We forget to count our blessings.
Mm. Would you say that you yourself, are you happy?
I try to be.
Yeah.
I am happy.
Mm.
And I need to remind myself in order to maintain this happiness.
Yeah.
So I really try to be a happy person because
That's good.
there's a lot to be grateful for and a lot to be happy
Of
about.
course.
We're very lucky.
Yeah. Especially when we live in a city like Dubai, we see so much wealth, and we try to compare ourselves like that.
Mm.
And if someone's driving a BMW, he's gonna be like, "Why am I not driving a Ferrari?" The guy driving a Ferrari is gonna be like, "Why am I not driving the guy like the guy in the Bugatti?" So it never really stops.
Yeah,
And
that's one of the very few disadvantages of Dubai.
yeah,
That there is, it's almost like nothing will ever be good enough because there's always going to be someone that's doing better than you
yeah.
in terms of any aspect, not only financial.
Would you say that money buys happiness?
Money buys you a certain level of comfort and peace,
Mm-hmm.
but the most important things in life you cannot buy with money.
Mm-hmm.
And what I have seen many times over and over again is that people who have a lot of money, that are very wealthy,
Yeah,
God always sends you something that money cannot buy. And
yeah.
they are more miserable than someone who's not as well off as they are,
Mm-hmm.
because there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. So you can have all the money in the world,
Mm.
but struggle with different things in life that your money can have nothing to do with it.
Mm.
And that is going to drive you out of your mind because it's a very financial world that we live in.
Yeah,
And until you're facing a health issue or
yeah,
a loss, or that's struggling to create your family,
yeah,
you don't understand that money have absolutely nothing to do with the true
yeah, yeah,
fundamentals.
yeah. The most important things in life, like, really value them, because one day, as sad as it does sound, but it's the truth, those people in your life, they're gonna go, whether
Mm,
it's your friends, whether it's your family. So there's no reason to be sad right now. Those days gonna come. You're gonna have those days to be sad for sure. So definitely, appreciate what you have, and be
100%.
grateful for sure.
And money is to be spent. This is how I go through life.
Mm,
You work to be able to live. You don't live to work. So
yeah,
spend that money. You don't know what's happening tomorrow. You don't know if, I mean, sorry, not in a pessimistic way, but tomorrow's never promised.
yeah,
And take
one hundred
that in the
percent.
best way possible. Like, live now.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's too late.
If you had, if money was never a problem for you, what would you be doing right now?
I would be going after something that sets me on fire, that drives me every day, that I'm very passionate about,
Mm-hmm.
because I think this is something that we all must have a purpose in life,
Mm,
and something that gives your life a purpose. I think that's what you should be doing regardless
mm,
whether money is a factor or not, because when you do something with passion,
yeah.
money will come.
What is, what is that thing for you? Do you have something in mind?
Passion.
Yeah.
I have a few things that I'm quite passionate about. One of
Mm-hmm.
which is the evident real estate.
Mm-hmm.
That for me is really fun. There's no day like the other. The feeling of satisfaction that you get after you help a client, find their true home, and
Mm-hmm.
you see the family all being excited about it, the
Yeah.
emotion transfers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Architecture is the other thing. I
Mm,
can, sit and look at buildings all day long.
really
Interior design,
nice.
lots of these more of like design aspects and construction and engineering as
Nice.
well. Yeah,
So hopefully one day you will, plan to start either a design company of your own
most
or
probably. Yeah,
construction.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's always been a passion of mine. So design will probably overlap at some point and then take
Nice.
the way.
Inshallah. I hope it goes well.
Yeah,
Uh, if you could start any business which isn't real estate related, what would you start?
design,
Like, not even design, architecture,
architectural
completely,
design.
completely out of the real estate segment.
Oh, right. I
Like,
know what.
yeah,
Candles.
candles.
Candle making. This is what I took this as a hobby, and I planned on turning it into a business.
Mhm.
But at that time is when COVID ended, so we had to get back to, to the real stuff in life. So my
Uh,
candles kind of took a back seat. But I
nice.
used to make candles, and I really, really enjoyed it.
That's
The
very. That's the first time
scent,
I've ever heard someone say that.
yeah, I'm a sucker for candles, especially like the perfume ones.
Mm.
I make them sustainable, so using soy wax or coconut wax. That's good for you. You can also use it as a cream on your body. It's There's a
Nice.
lot of things about candles. Don't get me
Wow.
started on that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to discuss that later. If you could know any truth about the future version of yourself, what would you like to know?
Was I happy throughout the whole journey? And where did I end up, you know, raising my family and settling down?
Where do you see yourself settling down?
See, that is the thing. That's what I'm a bit in two minds about because as
Mm,
of right now, it's definitely here.
mm,
But I've always had a very big love for Italy.
yeah.
So Italy is on the cards as well.
Dimana, let's wrap up this podcast. I want you to give one message to the world. Any
Be
message?
kind. Be kind to each other. I think we all need it, especially at this time. We've always needed in the past. We're gonna need it for the future.
Mm.
But today is all you have, so be kind today. Make someone else's day great.
Thank you, Dimana.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this podcast, and we'll be coming out with many more very soon.